Good afternoon, all protocol duly observed. My fellow students, we are all students and we will continue to learn. The lecture is on e-supervision in ODL. Next slide. It is very essential we understand the fact that this is the project time at this level, be it 400 level, 500 level, as the case may be. It is very, very essential that it is a basic requirement, one of the requirements in partial fulfillment, so that we'll be able to do it well. That is the whole essence of distance learning program center hosting this program. When we talk of supervision per se, one way or the other, my senior colleagues have touched on what supervision is, but I will touch briefly on it again. As we see it here, we say it is an academic. In academic, it is the act of being in charge of a student on a research project and making sure that such students attend to the systematic scientific procedures so as to come out with something we could call a project, particularly from University of Ibadan. And supervision today could be undertaken either face-to-face, traditional approach like we used to do it, or through the e-supervision, electronic supervision, whereby the two of you will meet at the virtual space, and that is what e-supervision is all about. Next. As you all know, we cannot build something on nothing. It is not possible. E-supervision is based on supervision. The structure on which e-supervision rests is supervision per se. And that is the reason why we say, next slide please, we go quickly into what supervision is, especially UG supervision. When we say UG, we are talking of what? Undergraduate supervision. Because we have undergraduate, we have postgraduates. When we talk of undergraduate supervision, it is basically characterized by this facts. It is a final year project. Before you graduate, you may write term paper, assignment, individual assignment, group assignment. It may be about 10 pages, 5 pages, but this is the longest and the most tedious work or writing you could ever embark upon at undergraduate level. It is a major piece of work. Learner determines the focus and the direction. Your supervisor is just a guide, is a mentor, but project per se is your business. It is not the headache of your supervisor. Work is carried out on individual basis. Usually is one-on-one. Though in some departments, 2 or 3 people may be given a project to undertake. But usually it is what? One-on-one basis. The work is supervised. You are not alone in the journey. Your success is the supervisor's success. No supervisor will basically be happy and will be proud to say 2 years ago, out of 10 students, I graduated 1. 3 years ago, out of 5 students, I graduated half student. No supervisor will be happy about that. So it is therefore necessary you should understand that your work is going to be supervised. That is why you are assigned, or you will be assigned to a supervisor. Work is involved, the work involved is in stages. No need for me to waste time on this. Dr. Lafenwa has done justice on various stages of projects, supervision and writing. Then it is prolonged engagement with a topic. It is not an assignment that you will be given the topic today and tomorrow you will turn everything in. It usually covers several months. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 12 months, as the case may be. It depends on when your department assigns you to a supervisor. And apart from that, it has both learning and assessment function. And that is the reason why in most departments is usually how many units? 6 units. Though in some cases maybe 4 units, but it is not a regular course taking. As a result, your supervisor or the board of examiners in the department, we have assessment formats for what you have done in. And as a result, we need to know that is the biggest piece of work a student has tackled, possibly the first major piece of written work, except you have done NCE before or you have HND, as the case may be, usually the first and the biggest. Next slide, please. It is very essential that projects play some significant role. And we say that the general aim is to expand the students' intellectual faculties and capability for learning and problem solving. And this is the reason why anywhere, any day, when people are trying to rationalize and justify that there is similarity or there is sameness in degree, bachelor's degree and any other degree, I don't subscribe to that, because bachelor's degree make you to be something, and one of those things it make you to be is highly independent and ability to come up with concept paper, to develop policy paper, to write good proposals in future, whichever company you are working with. And specific aim: advance scientific and technical knowledge, develop ability to formulate answerable research, encourage engagement, develop capacity to organize and carry out research program, develop writing and presentations skill, and the supervisor role is oriented around this function. Next slide, please. And as we can see, right from the beginning of this training, some of you will be bothered that what is the function of the supervisor? Will he just be looking at me? Won't he do anything? Won't he share from the headache and whatever? The supervisors do have specific, significant roles to play. But you are not the supervisors. You are the supervisees. That is the reason at this point we downplay the role of supervisor. But, ladies and gentlemen, you need to know that the supervisor is a subject expert, is an expert in that field, is the gatekeeper of academic standard. If you don't do it well, if you report him or her to 1,000 people, that will not change the situation you find yourself in. You need to know that is to maintain some specific minimum academic standard. The person is to help you to become something better in future, so that whenever in future you become a supervisor yourself on any project, you'll be able to do it well. Is a resource person and an advisor. Then is your midwife, be it project, be it thesis, be it dissertation, is the one that will help you to be able to go through the labor room successfully. Then is the director, the project manager, the shaper. Is a ladder on which you will climb into success. That is why we say it's a scaffolder. It's an editor. He will look through it. In some cases, he will cross some places. He will amend some places. He will say, he will put question mark on some places that why do you do it this way? Promoter of student self-efficacy, because it's to encourage you to build confidence in you that you can produce or turn out something better than you are doing recently. He's a guide, a philosopher, and is a friend. The very first day you are assigned to anybody who is your lecturer, and you have it at the back of your mind that you don't like that lecturer, that is the beginning of the end for you. Whether you like it or not, once the department or the program coordinator join you together for anybody to put asunder, it will be a public discourse. So, in summary, it is very essential that undergraduate project has a focus on student centered learning. The supervisor has both educational and what? Psychological role, and become apparent that a key challenge is providing well-supported autonomy. He wants you to be independent as he is independent today. Next slide, please. Now, student perception towards project writing all over the world. You will see this is not Bayo Oluwole's statement. It is Oyibo that put this one. They said third Bannister and Clegg, 2004. Said a number of themes emerged from survey and interview: authenticity and personal ownership, uncertainty and challenge, time consuming, and needing support from people. Yes. And the last under supervision I will remind us of is the fact that as all of us here are not the same, your supervisors can never be the same. Your supervisors do have specific style of supervising students. They have personality differences. Some supervisors are forever impatient. You can never make impatient. Some supervisors will say, see me on Fridays. Some supervisors will say, see me anytime, any day. Some supervisors will say, call me between 5 and 7 p.m. any day. Some will say, do call me first thing in the morning. Some will say, never call me. Send me text message. I do receive enough calls in a day. So send me text message. If I feel I should call you or you should call me, don't forget that they themselves, they are human beings. So try as much as possible not to equate somebody else's supervisor to your own. That why is my own supervisor not doing it like this? You cannot change your supervisor. You need to cooperate with your supervisor. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. And we now say, what are some of the common problems to look out for? Need to be aware of issues that arise from combining learning and activity. When you are writing projects, you are learning. Lecture is still going on. Classes is still going on. But this time around, it is classes between you and your what? And your supervisor. Next slide. And we said, differences in attitude to supervision, topic difficulty, student dependent, time allocation for supervisory duties. These are some of the challenges that may be facing you. We know you are distant learners. We know most of you are working in respective places, and majority of you are not staying in Ibadan. And this is the reason why the Distant Learning Center deem it fit that lecturers and students should try as much as possible to take up this new culture, and that is what is supervision. Next slide, please. Now, what is supervision? It is supervision in a virtual context. You are seeing one another, you are not seeing one another at the same time. And we say this means the student supervisor interaction is online. And when we say something is online, basically you may not be able to see one another face to face. For about 5-6 years time ago, since about 5-6 years ago, many supervisors have been saying, this is my email address. If you want to submit assignment, send it to my email box. And many students will be saying, is he crazy? What does it mean by that? Whereas the reality now is that e-supervision has come to stay and we have to embrace it. Next slide, please. And we now say e-supervision has been adopted increasingly worldwide. And because of this, because students are increasing, facilities are not increasing because of limited or scarcity of what? Of resources. And it is because of this, the University of Ibadan backed DSC that we should embrace e-supervision. Next slide, please. And we say it involves the use of what? Internet in supervision. Getting the supervisor and supervisee to interact online through emailing, social networking such as Google+, Facebook, Twitters. And in most cases, about 70 to 80% of the cases, your supervisor and yourself may need to do what? To exchange mail regarding your project, and you have to do things promptly. Because one major danger, before we get there, I may not remember, one major danger of emailing is that if your supervisor returns your project with 1 or 2 comments, try as much as possible within a day or 2 and attend to those observations and return. If not, if you now return or you send back your project after about a month or 2 months, you may say, who are you? Where did we stop? What have we discussed before? Because he has so many people he is attending to, and you are not the only person under him or her. More ambitious options are video conferencing tools such as Skype and Yahoo Messenger. The journey may be rough, the journey may be far, but we will surely get there. You will see that they are digging ground all around Ibadan, for instance, now laying new cables and whatever. We know that a time will come when there won't be complaint of, I sent the email, I don't know that it didn't deliver and whatever. It could be expanded to include the exchange of electronic materials such as CDs and whatever. More accessible means is the use of telephony, text messaging, etc. Next slide. And as we can see, we see compact discs, we see computer setting in a cyber cafe and whatever. Next slide. And we say one thing here: the heartbeat of e-supervision is the computer, or what we call CEM, computer embedded machines, such as tablets and mobile phones. It is the fact that when we are talking of e-supervision, the centrality of it is the what? Is the computer. So if you are not computer literate, you are half dead, half alive. That is the reality. You are half dead, half alive. Like 2 days ago, I was in the bank and one man came to collect the ATM card, and he's asking the customer service officer that how is he going to activate it. The man said you will get there, you will press the thing, one thing like this, you will see 4 figure, you will replace with another 4-digit number, then you will press whatever amount. Sir, someone security to one help. The man said, don't quote me. I don't know if they could do what? They could help you. Because if they help you and there is problem, don't come to me to say I'm the one that directed that security people should. Computer literate. I want you to translate that to somebody that doesn't understand Yoruba. This is University of Ibadan. As we are saying, the person is illiterate. Abi, illiterate. If your friend is literate but no computer literate, tell the person that you are what? Highly illiterate. So please, let's change our attitude. The price of laptop is crashing. Whether booknet or netbook or standard laptop, whether tablet, we are even having China tablet now. Abi? And some of them are as low as 18,000, 20,000. And we know how much we spend when we are to do burial of father or mother-in-laws. So we say computer is usually accurate and reliable. Look at when you go to internet. Most of you that go to internet to look for material, when you type in the Boolean, you type in some words, before you know it, it will arrange from the most important to the what? Least important for you. And it will be saying, do you want to buy this? Do you want to do this? So it is accurate. It allows you to work privately, word processing, etc. These are the advantages. You will find it there. Next slide. And it is cheap to maintain, because in order to enjoy e-supervision, a project student should have the following. They are not endless. It is not like basic requirement of 5 O-level credit, English and mathematics inclusive. 1, access to a good phone with a fair size of memory for storage and internet capable. It may be 1 gig memory. Even how much is the memory stick now for markets? Maybe 500, 700, 800 naira. We need to change our attitude. What we don't know, we should go and learn it. External storage facilities. External storage facilities. It is the flash drive or flash disk. Please do carry it all about, because you may not know where you may jam good material, and they will help you to copy it. Recordable disk to copy material from supervisor and friends, because one of the dangers of e-supervision is this issue of virus, and as a result, many supervisors will say that you should not do what? Bring disk. They will say you should bring compact disk. Compact disk is average of 50 naira, 60 naira. Do have some of them in your bag. If they ask for anything, give it to them, let them burn it on it, and you go. Then a good jotting material to keep record of what? Dates of meeting, references, observation raised by your supervisor, so that you will be able to do things properly. Next slide, please. And we say advantages of e-supervision is endless. One major one is that it's flexibility of space and time. Be it you are in Lagos, you are in Ilorin, you are in Abuja, anywhere, within a few minutes you are on to your supervisor. If he's using WhatsApp, if he's using Facebook, if he's using Google, whatever, then you are connected. And internet access to participate anywhere. And that is the reason why some of we lecturers, we do have the MTN modem, we have the Airtel modem, we have a Google modem, we subscribe to so many things, because we want to be connected to people worldwide. And I know there will be a time when it will be unfortunate for a student and for the supervisor to be illiterate. Because one or one they will be running one after the other, and they will not see one another in today's century. With good planning, it helps. Go. Move on to the next slide, please. It helps the supervisor and the supervisor make less effort to communicate with each other, which ultimately reduces the workload, offer them assistance in their tasks by giving them room to discuss in a more efficient and relaxed manner. Because some supervisors may be in haste, while some students at the same time may be fidgeting when they meet with some supervisor. There won't be anything like that. You are in your relaxed confine of your room, is in his office, and you are able to ask 1 or 2 questions. Then make material sharing easy. E-books, article, and helpful website can be sent by the supervisor to supervisee with little effort. Yes, next slide. Provide enough time to prepare issues to discuss. Like a few days ago, one of my master students that is working on bullying behavior among students is now asking online that what is the basic difference between bullying behavior, aggressiveness, and rebelliousness. So, and I said when it comes, he should remind me, we will discuss better. But the basic thing is that in the modern setting, bullying as a concept is being replaced with what? With rebelliousness. So that is what is happening. Some people may say, what is the basic difference between academic achievement, academic performance, learning outcome? So some of these things may be explained online with supported materials. Both supervisor and supervisor have as much time as necessary to work out questions, write out problems, and to give or provide feedbacks. Yes, next slide. And this an interface of Google Drive that the next presenter will present. Google Plus interface, it is like the Facebook we are familiar with. And if supervision can be stored, you can store it and retrieve at any time. All your interaction with your supervisor can be stored online in your e-box forever and ever. Instead of bringing hard material or printed thing, and before you know it, he may misplace it. He will say, go and print another one. He will misplace it. Go and print that. In most cases, in e-supervision, it is when the work is at climax, at almost concluding end, that your supervisor will say, go and print everything we have been working upon and let me have a look so that I will be able to give you my approval. It is possible to evaluate the process of learning with students and to use this for further studies. Next slide. This Skype interface. Skype is very cheap. Many mobile phone is also having Skype. Many laptop is having Skype facility. Internet telephony that is very cheap, very cost effective, and you will be able to hear one another loud and clear. As we know, there is nothing that is perfect, and science is advancing relating to concept of e-supervision. One of the challenges is technical problem, and illiteracy of the supervisee will negatively impact on the gain of e-supervision. If you don't know how to send email, if you don't know how to send an attachment, all these may create problem. Because I have seen cases where some students that mail project to me, they will copy the Microsoft material going to 20-30 pages. Then they will, on the Yahoo page, they will paste it on it and expect you to find your way through it. So this, it is necessary that you humble yourself and look for somebody that will put you through on some of these things. This morning, I was with somebody, and this person is 72 plus. 72 plus. And he said that I will not help him to send the attachment. He wanted to send the CV to World Bank something, and he said that he should send it between today and tomorrow. And she said I should explain to him how to do it. And she's interested in doing it, 72 plus. While you that is fresh and okay, you are still fidgeting about how to get it round. And go back please. Going to the end, lack of non-verbal communication may generate feeling of what? Insecurity. So, but we should try to see how we will overcome that. Non-verbal cues, the voice of the lecturer, maybe he sound disinterested, maybe he sound tired. You may quip in that should you call maybe later in the day and whatever. So you should be able to do what? Decode people's emotion when you are online. Yes. Accurate expressions are necessary. Sometimes you cannot read between the line. You may be doing, how are you, sir? And you will be doing like this. You know he didn't see you. How are you? This and that. And the supervisor also may say, come tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, come by 10. So, please try as much as possible to reduce deception online. It is one of the key issues facing us in internet issue, deception, online deception. Problem of power supply and internet subscription. You may have up to 3 or 4 modems, and suddenly all of them may not. That is the reason why in some cases, from the laptop, I will just send the document to my phone and send the message. Most cases, no matter the case, messages and mails on your phone go faster than some other. I don't know why it is like that. But ladies and gentlemen, Our duty includes being literate and IT friendly, computer literacy and IT friendliness. Maintain regular contact with your supervisor by being available on his or her favorite websites and social networking sites. Have a good phone and at least a flash drive or CD or DVD to copy e-books. And where the phone is to be the means of communication, the supervisor should demand ahead of time the best time to call the what? The supervisors. And if possible, you may have appointment, because it is not possible that because we are talking of e-supervision throughout the period, there won't be a moment that you may need to see one-on-one. In some cases, it may have relevant e-books for you. And if you are to download, it may be slow. It may not download correctly. But if you are with a CD, easily in one swoop, it will transfer everything there for you. And you have your way. Once the project is underway, the students should take responsibility for informing the supervisor continually on the project he has made. If you have any problem relating to your participant or your sample size, you should be able to inform your supervisor as much as possible. If you have problem relating to your research question and hypothesis, or your research question and hypothesis, your analyst may say that t-test is better, whereas it may be a Pearson product moment that may be necessary. It is very essential you keep your supervisor abreast of happenings and ask questions, maintain progress of work. But the fact is that, like I've said, the journey may be rough, it may be far, but we will surely get there. Despite the transient challenges identified with e-supervision, it remains a better option for open distance learning students when compared to traditional methods. Thank you very much, and God bless.